Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Variety Gaming Podcast. We're here with episode 9. Today's featured game is our game of the season, The First Descendant. Later on, we'll be playing What's That Game, our recurring segment where we describe games poorly to each other and guess what they are based on those descriptions. A lot of you out there that have listened before enjoyed this segment. We hope that you will enjoy this new one as we have thought of quite a few fun new games. But first, our featured game, The First Descendant. I'm joined by my co-host, Rayu. Rayu, describe this lovely game of the season for those who are uninitiated with The First Descendant.
All right, so The First Descendant, easiest way to explain this is a third-person looter shooter. If you've played Warframe, Outriders, Destiny, Destiny 2, this is that particular genre and type of game. Has very similar elements to the game and very different elements. One of those being boss fights, individual boss fights. Think of them as, Shadow of Colossus is a prime example of what you can expect with these boss fights. There are mechanics to them, they are challenging, and they're fun. Each have different elements, so you have to base your loadout and play style with what you're going into. So, a lot of different things, but that's pretty much the gist of the game. Atrex, tell us again, how are things in The First Descendant for you at this check-in?
Yeah, so I'm 100 hours into the game, which is 40 more than Destiny 2. And I really did not like Destiny 2 after quite a few hours of playing it. It was not fun whatsoever. I wasn't enjoying myself except for just a little bit. This game is a lot different in terms of enjoyment factor. For just some raw stats, I'm at 22 out of 24 achievements. In the previous episodes, I said I was going for the Python because it was toxic, or at least it looked like it did toxic damage. Not necessarily the case. It still kind of does, but I haven't gotten it yet. I've gotten Fallen Hope and 8 other ultimate weapons. I've kind of been focusing on farming other stuff, mostly different descendants. I'm up to 7 now. 8. I'm sorry. I'm up to 8 descendants now. Freyna, Bunny, Sharon, Valby, Blair, Viessa, and Enzo. So got quite a few, and of those, Freyna, Bunny, Sharon, and Viessa are all max leveled at least once. I believe Freyna, Bunny, and Viessa have all been... I've used an energy activator on those 3, so I have leveled them twice, I believe, technically. But either way, a good amount of descendants. On launch week, I bought 2750 caliber, which is $50. Of those, I have 667 left. Loose math, that's like $12.50 out of the $50 that I've spent. I used that to buy both of the battle passes, the Dead Bride skin, and 2 colors for Freyna, plus the skip research because I didn't want to wait the 16 hours on launch week. I just wanted to play Freyna right away. The 2 colors are like the deep black one and the darkest green that you can get. I forget what it's called now. In the YouTube version, I'll have pictures of all the skins that I got up on the screen with their colors. But basically, I made it Toxic Dead Bride Freyna. I didn't put the helmet on, but I used the Dead Bride skin that is now in Season 1. And I added those colors. So, I mean, look, I've played this game for 100 hours, and of the money that I've spent, it's technically 50 cents an hour, and I hadn't bought skins for a while. So now, after I think it was 75 hours, that was when I started buying skins. I got the Dino pajamas for Bunny, kept them just blue because it fits her aesthetic of blue. For Sharon, because we've been Sharon farming, I'm sure you'll get a little bit more into that later. But because we do a lot of Sharon farming, I did get the Shadow Hitman skin because it was relatively cheap, and I got one of the green colors. And so then, again, black and green has been the color scheme that I've gone with across all of my skins except for the Dino pajamas for Bunny. Also, got the Battle Pass Viessa skin. In the Season 1 Battle Pass, I completed it. I should have mentioned that first. I kind of got ahead of myself. I apologize. Completely completed the Battle Pass 1 for Season 1. Got everything in there. I did not get all of the page 1. Oh man, how do I describe this? Because there's 3 different shops. The Battle Pass quest coin shop that you get. So you get like the Viessa skins and the Ajax skins and the Lepic skins. Page 1 of that, there's only 2 pages. Page 1, I didn't get everything. I believe I just got the weapon skins and was it the teleport on page 1? I think it was the teleport was on page 1. And I got all of page 2 because I wanted the Viessa skins. She was my original main because you got to pick one of 3, Viessa, Lepic, and Ajax. I picked Viessa. I think you also picked Viessa. So she was my original main. Now it's Freyna, but I wanted those skins. I also colored those blue because that's, again, her aesthetic. Mostly it's more, chill. I was really tempted to make it green, but I decided to go with blue. And then I talked a little bit that I completed and got all the rewards for the actual battle pass. I believe the battle pass ends at level 96. No, I know. It ended at level 96. Or was it 98? 96. 96. And I got all of those rewards, but the seasonal challenges were really tough. I think I only completed 3 out of the 8. Like they were really and I played I think I played 90 hours or something like that. I played a lot. And I got all of the rewards. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm just saying that was kind of ridiculous. The season 2 challenges, I guess it's technically season 1 because it was season 0. Now we're in season 1. Excuse my terminology. But the current season we are in as of posting this episode right now. I like those seasonal challenges a lot more. They seem a lot more attainable already, and I've made some decent-ish progress on a majority of them. It feels more reasonable to attain as opposed to the season 0 battle pass challenges. Those were just like, man, I'm actually grinding and trying to get these. It was like 300 intercept battles, which are the boss fights. And it was just, I was like, man, I can't even, that's an insane amount of time unless I do the ones that are at 1 minute a piece. But even so, 1 minute a piece plus, let's say 1 minute of loading. So that's 2 minutes a piece. Quick math, you need to do 300 of them. So that's 600 minutes, which is what, 10 hours, right? 600 minutes is 10 hours. Like, come on. 10 hours of just intercept battles at 1 minute. Like you're clearing the intercept battles sub 1 minute. And that for one challenge, that seemed kind of ridiculous to me. Now these ones are a lot more achievable. I think it's now down to 90, which again, a lot more reasonable. It's still a good amount of time, but I would say that it's closer to what I've spent in my 100 hours of playing. I would say I've spent probably about 10, well, no, maybe more like 5 in void intercepts actively doing them. So I don't know. We'll have to see how I do with these, but I feel like the season 1 challenges, the season that we're in now, the seasonal challenges are a lot more achievable. I will also comment, a lot of people have been saying this game is pay to win. I can very easily see where they're going with it, and I could agree. I think I'm starting to agree now. The fact that Sigvor's proof is no longer attainable as of now, they could change that, and I believe I'm hoping that they will with the new shop that they are proposing. If you are in the future, maybe, who knows? We'll see if that shop, what that has and all of that good stuff. Who knows? But as of now, you can't get Sigvor's proof. That was only in the battle pass. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I feel like there needs to be a way to obtain all of the weapons at some point, even if it is on a rotation. even if it's a rare rotation. Like WoW did that with the time walking dungeons. There was rewards that you could get, but it was like only for this one event that happened every 3 months or something like that. So I can see that, but the fact that it would be completely gone unless you were there at season 0 with that battle pass, that seems ridiculous to me. And then too, what if your account gets like lost or something? Then there's literally no way for you to get that. And what if it's your favorite weapon for some reason? Like you can never ever get it again. That would be tragic, at least in my mind. So hopefully you can get Sigvor's proof again at some point. It's not completely vaulted away forever. I don't like when games vault stuff away forever. That's another big issue that I have with Destiny. So I'm really hoping TFD doesn't do that. If not, then it might start to turn me away from the game. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now, I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to more of the releases in season 1 now that we're in. I'm going to own up to it right now. I will be buying the Ultimate Freyna bundle. And the reason for that is because I'm going to want the ultimate skin, whatever it is. I honestly haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's amazing. And Freyna's my main. So I want to have that character slot. I don't want it to be taken up by something else or run into that issue. And I've put 100 hours into the game. I'm going to put more time into it, I'm sure. So to me, it seems like a worthy purchase. Ray's shaking his head. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are now. What's been your experience over there, bud? I see your notes, $20 spent. What's going on?
No, I have taken the approach since we started playing this and recording these episodes. I said it back at season 1. My goal is to spend as little money as possible in this game. The only thing I have spent is $20, and that is on the 2 battle passes, season 0 and the current battle pass of season 1. I have not spent any of the caliber that I have gotten in the battle passes.
How much caliber did you get?
I only have 320 or 340. Okay. I'm sorry. So it's not enough to get the next battle pass. That's the kicker that everyone, if you haven't already realized, that you're not going to be able to pay for a battle pass and then have enough currency in that battle pass to get the next battle pass. Own up to it. Accept it. It's a free-to-play game. Atrax and I have beat this with a dead horse. If you get more than $1 worth of enjoyment per hour out of the game, it's worth it. So we could beat that horse again later, but
go to a movie for $1 an hour.
Exactly. So that being said, that is my plan moving forward, even with Ultimate Freyna. Now, both you and I have put a lot of hours into Freyna. I have not decided on a favorite or a main Descendant. Originally, at the beginning of the game, I was leaning towards Viessa because I enjoyed her in the beta. I enjoyed her in the early access stuff. But I couldn't just commit to that, knowing that Freyna was there and I liked her kit, and then I got to play Jaber a little bit, and there were just too many different Descendants that I got to try during the last technical test when they gave us all the caliber to purchase everything. So because of that, I have not chosen a favorite just yet. I still haven't gotten Eugen, and I'm kicking myself for the fact that I haven't gotten Eugen. He is somebody that I mentioned for the last couple of times that we've covered this game that I really wanted to get. I was not aware of the Sharon utility, where she's the only character that can stealth and do the infiltrations to get those amorphuses, that you can use those amorphuses on void reactors, and they have a higher chance for certain parts. And I didn't realize that at the time when one of Eugen's pieces was available running that way. And unfortunately, with the update with Luna being released, and her amorphous material ended up that one amorphous material that was a part of Eugen's ended up being transferred over to Luna's. And now I don't know if they're going to go back and kind of look at that and be like, okay, we're going to change it to where now these codes are a little more readily available, or what they're going to do to address that, because now that's an amorphous that's completely obsolete. You can't get it anymore. And it's a little discouraging because now to get Eugen, it's like you have to wait for the hard mode content in those intercepts. So I know I'm getting ready to. If I could get through hard mode Devourer, then there's hard mode Pyromaniac. And yes, I haven't been pushing bosses and pushing the content to get to all the new things that have come out. I'm not about that. I'm enjoying the game. We're not out here just looking to be world's first or anything. So that being said, I hate the fact that I missed that opportunity to get Eugen a little bit quicker. But now that I do know about Sharon and the utility that she possesses with those runs, I've spent a little more time getting Sharon upgraded, investing in her some, just so that way I can do these resource missions a lot easier, and even solo. If some of the people that we play with aren't online, I can still do it myself. It's also kind of changed my play style, knowing that Eugen and I'm sorry, not Eugen, knowing that Sharon and also Enzio are utility descendants, that their unique abilities can actually open the door to certain resources that are inaccessible to other characters. It's caused me to start playing more of a let me get my utility characters to a point that I'm comfortable with them first before I start like looking for all these fun characters that I want to enjoy. And that's just my approach to it. Like I got one of every type. So like I have toxic, I have lightning, I have ice, I have non-attribute, and I have fire. So I've gotten all of them, so I can go to every reactor. I can farm all of that stuff. That's no problem at all. And that's where I kind of thought it ended. But then finding out about the Sharon stuff, and then Enzio, you read the description, or Enzo, sorry. Look at me, Enzio, like it's Assassin's Creed over here.
Well, there's Asimo, I think I'm saying that right, and then there's Enzo, Esimo, and then there's I can't even.
Wow.
There's two E characters. One of them's a fire one, I believe, and the other, I think, right? And then Enzo is the guy that unlocks all of the code analyzer vaults.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I'm going for him, is because he unlocks the code analyzers, which for certain things like catalysts and energy capacitors, you need them. You need those resources, so it just makes it easier for me in the long run just to have those characters and gear them up to a certain point. I doubt that I will invest a lot of time into them. And I say that knowing that like Valby is the one descendant I've sunk the most amount of resources into. And the only reason I have her invested as heavily as I do is because of the Valby runs, which if you don't know, take a look at the YouTube version of it. You'll see it on the screen, where you just run in circles with Valby, but you get so much gold and so many upgrade materials and weapons that you can just get more upgrade materials, and it's great. It's a fantastic idea that the developers are not going to nerf. They've already addressed it, and they're aware of it. They don't care. It's how you play the game. It's the most efficient way. So that being said, I've sunk so many resources into her and so many different things but I don't plan on using her for other things. I don't plan on doing, hard mode content with Valby. I don't plan on, just because she's a non-attribute. It's like there's no advantage or disadvantage to using them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. But I do have 6 out of 22 descendants. And that's 22 including regular and ultimate versions, because believe it or not, even though you may have the ultimate version, the base version still counts as a collected descendant. So
Wait, so which descendant do I have that you don't?
My my Enzo is still crafting. Yours is finished. Mine will not be ready until tomorrow, so I'm not counting it because I don't have it at the
Well,
time of
all
this
right, look.
recording.
By the time, well, if you want to argue that, then mine's got like 3 hours left. But
Okay.
still, by the time this comes out, I will have that many descendants. I'll have
Okay.
7. Freyna,
Well,
Bunny, Sharon, Valby, Blair, Viessa. I feel like we have the same descendants.
we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gotten the same ones, and it's funny too. When we were playing earlier, our friend Dev and I realized the same thing. The only difference is I have Viessa, he has Ajax.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's
And
all about the starters.
yeah, well, he didn't realize that Viessa was the only ice one at the time, and that's why he went with Ajax. So
I will say it's nice to see that the utility descendants are relatively easy to get. Like all of the basic ones, Lepic, Ajax, Viessa, Freyna, Bunny, Sharon, Valby, Blair, all relatively easy to attain and straightforward to attain. Blair is literally just farm 4 missions.
yeah, I like the fact that how easy they are. We're not going to touch Lepic. We're not going to talk about Lepic.
Oh,
Nope.
sorry.
We're not.
Oh,
We're not talking about Lepic. No.
Oh, my bad. I'm
My
all right. Sorry. For some, Lepic
No.
is difficult.
No.
My bad.
no. My sentiments from episode 1 on RNGs still stand. By the way, still there. That being said, I haven't pushed for any Ultimate Descendants. The reason being for me, and I think this is something that a lot of people may, and again, there may be a lot of people that don't agree with it. They feel that if you have the ultimate version of a Descendant, you don't need the base version. Which, again, that is perfectly okay to go with that sentiment. It's okay to disagree with it. I'm waiting for Nexon to decide what they want to do with that, because they addressed it in, I think it was either dev notes or a Q&A session. I'll have to go back and find it. That they were tossing around the idea of potentially making it to where your progress on a non-ultimate descendant could be transferred to an ultimate descendant. So your resources, your proficiencies, all that stuff could just be passed over.
I think it wouldn't be so bad to have the descendant limit if your descendant progress didn't reset if you trashed a descendant and you only simply needed to get the parts again in order to have them back on your roster and swap them for another. Or maybe they're permanent. Well, no, they couldn't be permanently unlocked. That wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Because then there's no reason for having the limit.
Right. Well, and that's where it's like, that's really why I haven't pushed for ultimate versions of things, because I know it's a big time sink and those percentage drops are very, very low, because these are supposed to be some of the best versions of these characters, which is great. I like to look at getting the base version of the characters as a way to see, do I like this character enough to go sink my time into getting a better version of this character? Like, am I going to play that character so much that I want to invest this time in it? And honestly, right now, there's not a character that jumps out at me and is like, yes, this is, because I haven't played them all. Like I said, I've only got 7 after Enzio. And that even begs the question, too, when we were talking about utility descendants as opposed to other descendants. You know, are we going to get an ultimate Enzio? How, like, what's that going to look like? Are we going to get an ultimate Sharon? What's that going to look like? You know, some of these characters that we don't really see that much of in combat situations, so much as in farming situations. So that'll be interesting to see what they do with it. But again, until a character jumps out at me and like I want to play that character, I don't think I'll push for Ultimate Descendants. Or if Nexon decides that yes, your progress for non-ultimates can be transferred, then I would consider going to farm them. But that's just me. We mentioned the Battle Pass. I completed all Season 0 Battle Pass. I completed half of the big seasonal challenges. Some of those seasonal challenges that you mentioned, Atrax, were rough. They were hard to get through. I think there was one, and this one was like a weekly challenge. Was like 50,000 kills with Thunder Cage, and I'm like that was a rough one. Like I pushed through it, and but my progress stalled. Like mastery levels, everything just stalled trying to get that up there. And I got through it. I was just a little pat on my back that I got that one done. I'm really happy with the seasonal challenges, the daily challenges, the weekly challenges. There's a lot of different things that you can push towards if you're not going specifically for, I want to get this weapon, I want to get this Descendant, I want to push the hard mode bosses, I want to push high round limits, or what have you. There's content in that sense. So, I mean, I've got 180 hours in the game so far up to our season check-in here. So that shows you that there's a lot that the game does have to offer. The game has been met with some mixed reviews on Steam. At the moment of this recording, it's showing for all reviews 54% of 82,000 reviews are positive. Like I said, a lot of people feel it's pay to win. A lot of people hate the grind and don't really under. I feel like they get into this and they don't understand what they're getting into. That's what this game is. This game is a grind. That's what the game is designed for. That's the end game loop, folks. There's no surprise there. So the pay to win comments, though, and I can understand, just like your point about Sigvor's Proof. That was one thing I wanted to check out with the new changeover to the season was, were they going to put Sigvor Proof in the crafting shop? It was not there, and that's how we confirmed it. We went there, and it's not there. That being said, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to side with Nexon on this one. I feel that some things do need to be vaulted because I feel that it gives players who have been with the game, stuck with the game through good and bad times, have that as kind of a, badge of honor, so to speak, that, I was here when Season 0 launched. That weapon may become obsolete later down the road. And it's not even something, I'll be honest, I don't see a lot of rocket launchers in matches. And if I do see them, I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you the difference between Restored Relic and Sigvor's Proof if I didn't use them.
So I think if they vault it, and maybe we'll talk about this as we get into the news in just a moment about the ETA 0 trader. We'll have to see. But if they vault it, I think then don't enable trading. And the reason I say that is because then what people can do is hack accounts, trade all the stuff over, and you can delete the account because the account has a delete account button in the game. Yeah. So don't enable trading if you vault stuff because that will happen.
Well,
and people get scammed all the time.
Oh, they do. And it's a terrible thing. I agree completely. But what I want to say, quick little sidebar, conversation we were having prior when we were playing, there is, in Warframe, there is open trading for everything. But there is also clan trading, where you could be in the same clan, you get discounts and all that kind of stuff. If they only made, like, obviously they have already confirmed they want to put clans or guilds in this game. They just don't know what they want to do with them to make them stand apart, as this is a social game anyway. But whenever they figure out that system, make trading only within clans. So that way you have to be in the clan
or
and then
friends list maybe.
Or friends list, like something like that.
For a month or for a week or whatever.
Yeah.
A good amount of time. Steam has that, I think.
Yeah. And if they want to go that direction, but I see where your point is, vaulting and doing all that kind of thing. There's a lot with it, and this is beyond us. We'll see what happens when we revisit this title sometime down the road and what's been added and changed. But speaking of guns, I've managed to get Thunder Cage, Greg's Reversed Fate, Restored Relic, Divine Punishment, Nazistra's Devotion, try saying that 5 times fast, Albion Cavalry Gun, and Fallen Hope have all been unlocked. They're all at proficiency 40, at least once. There are 15 other ultimate weapons I still have not gotten yet. So that's on my list. But out of all of the weapons I have collected, Tamer, which is a non-legendary weapon, Tamer has the most resources put into it.
What kind of weapon is the Tamer?
That is a Colossus Killer. That's what that is. That's a machine gun, and it lives up to the name.
General round machine gun. Oh, yeah. Why have you put the most resources into the Tamer?
Like I said, it's a Colossus Killer.
All right.
It's... And you could go to any other content creator, and you may experience this if you decide to pick up the game and push some of this stuff. This is the one gun that just for some reason shreds the living daylights out of everything. Colossus,
All
regular, elites, just pick that up and it'll do so much damage, especially if it's built in a certain way. And that's all I've done is I've built this to be a weapon that I take with me into the infiltration or into the intercept missions with the sole purpose of you're going to die this run.
All right. Well, I'll have to check it out. Well, Tamer. The LMG Shredder. Well, before we end this section, let's go over the Season 1 Invasion update schedule for TFD. We're still going to have one more episode that will touch on this game. Already, August 29th, just a couple days ago, we had the first update for Season 1. We got the new Descendant Haley. We didn't really talk about her a whole lot because it's endgame stuff that we're not really pushing for quite yet. Plus, both Rayu and I'm sure you'll agree, we have VSO, so we have an ice person already. Snipers haven't seemed to really need a reason for snipers. Like all of the different Colossus that I've fought so far, I've been able to just AR down whatever weak points. Haven't really needed a sniper rifle. Even like the other sniper rifles I don't really use. Invasion Dungeon, Inversion Reinforcement, new modes and things like that. Invasion Season Battle Pass, and Ultimate Weapon Excava. So I've been using this Excava. I actually really like it. I think it's solid. I haven't used it a whole lot. I've just started leveling it up to like level 10. I think it's solid. Rayu, I don't know if you've used it a whole lot, but I think I'm going to keep using it on through the season pass, especially because we can level it up even more. And I'm curious to see how it goes. I don't like the inversion reinforcement stuff. I don't like the idea in general, and this game has a bit of it with some of the modules where you gain a buff, but you also have a debuff. So it's like plus 15% mana, but minus 10% health. It's like, all right, well, then I'm just really like plus 5% mana. I don't know. I don't like doing all that math of, well, I have more damage, but less health, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't know. I don't like that idea of min-maxing personally. There are some things that are less min-maxy in the inversion reinforcement, but not so much. I don't know. It's not for me personally. Rayu, what do you think about the inversion reinforcement?
I think it is interesting. It has some potential. I won't lie. The experience that I have had with their seasonal content because of my choices and playthrough style have made me want to throw a mouse or a controller, and it's not been a fun experience. It's been very rage-inducing, mainly just because it's a solo thing. And, you know, again, when you're playing with a group on a consistent basis, you kind of naturally kind of take these roles as, like, you know, you have your tank guy, you have this damage guy, you have a little bit more of a supportive player. So you kind of naturally gravitate toward these roles, and when you're so used to being in those roles, then you go into these quote unquote forced solo experiences that it just makes you look at it like, okay, I guess I need to really think about how we're playing this.
I need an adult.
And I definitely needed an adult because the things that are happened in that instance were not appropriate for children.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. The where you have to stand there on the points and capture them by yourself as you're getting swarmed. Jumping up and down is not ideal.
Oh yeah, but the whole plus this minus that, that's interesting. I like the fact that it like upgrades over time. And it honestly it gives you another form of progression. I won't lie. If there are people that don't want to do the mastery progressions grind, and there are folks that don't want to do leveling grinds with your characters to, or power grinds I should say, with your characters or your weapons, or you know, if you're not interested in that kind of grind but you want to feel some sort of a progression, then this is something that I would say, well, go do the seasonal stuff because there you go.
Yeah. That's all for you. Have fun with the inversion reinforcement. So that's what we got this update. There's 2 more updates coming. One in a month, September 26th. So our last episode for having First Descendant as game of the season will be fresh off of the second update. We'll get a new intercept, the Battle Death Stalker. I'm sorry, the new intercept battle, Death Stalker. I read that weird. New boss, basically. New ultimate weapon, the Frost Watcher, and new ultimate skins, Ultimate Descendant. Spawn effects, that's people are less excited about that. Mostly the ultimate weapon and the intercept battle will be exciting. And then October 30th is the big exciting update, especially for me. Ultimate Freyna storyline, Freyna modification modules, Haley mods, new ultimate mods, highest difficulty infiltration ops. So they're adding another difficulty, and ETA 0, which is going to be the trader, which brings various blueprints for descendants and ultimate weapons, sometimes hard to find consumables according to their news release. So October 30th is going to be the big update, and maybe we'll have to do another episode on the game then. But lots of good things to look forward to in the future.
But before we transition, I was to say I'm just really looking forward to ETA 0 with the trader.
Yeah.
I'm, of all things, especially if I can get rid of some of the excess junk in my inventory, like the 1,000 different Freyna and Blair pieces that I have, just because I'm not going to make them again. Like if I could get rid of those for something I actually need. And I'm also really curious how this is going to play out. Is it going to be that, oh, you trade in a regular Freyna piece and I'll give you so much, gold? Or is this going to be like, okay, you give me 5 Freyna pieces and I'll give you an ultimate Freyna piece?
What I'm hoping it will be is sell your pieces for currency, use currency to buy pieces.
I don't know, because how would you put a value on that?
What do you mean?
So it's like, okay, you're going to sell your pieces.
If it's an ultimate, if it's a certain rarity, it sells for this. If it's a combined thing, it sells for this.
Okay.
Like you can have you could just percentage it, right? Like based off the rarity and stuff. I'm sure there's a value table somewhere.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
And then you just so those pieces that you get, you can sell to the trader, and you get a form of currency that you then use to buy the whatever he has for trade.
Okay. That'd be an interesting take. I can't wait to see how this is going to be. So we'll definitely have to revisit this after that update comes.
Absolutely. Well, stay tuned for the First Descendant game of the season. We're not done yet. We got one more episode in a couple of weeks. But now it's time for one of my favorite segments that we've had on the show already, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. It's What's That Game? The segment where we describe games poorly. The other person tries to guess. You also, along at home or wherever you're listening to this, get to listen in and guess. So I'll start us off. The first one that I wrote is, I give this game 0 stars because I don't want the cops to come.
Is it Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, cool. So we got Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
All right. So here's one. 4 orphans play dress up and punch people.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what it sounds like.
Nope.
But
it's
no,
not that.
I guess not really. 4 Castle Crashers?
Nope.
4 orphans
Good guess though.
play dress up and punch people. What was the last part? Or was
That's
that
it. 4 orphans play dress up and punch people.
4 orphans play dress up and punch people. Can I get a hint?
Absolutely. I don't know. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of a hint that'll be good, but not too good. Ha, ha, ha.
This one's stumping me hard. Wow.
Out the gate with the stumper.
Yeah, that's a good one. 4 orphans play dress up and punch people. Okay, is it a game from after 2000?
Yes.
Okay. Well, like an early game. I know that doesn't really
So to
narrow
give you
it
an
down
idea,
a whole lot.
this game was released October 21st, 2022.
2022. Okay, so it's a recent game. 4 orphans play dress up and they
Now, mind you, according to Steam, you have not played this game.
I haven't played it, but I would know it.
Played this game.
For sure. I would know it. Maybe.
Maybe, but you have not played it.
What genre is it? I mean, they punch people, so I'm assuming that it's like a fighting game, but 4 orphans.
This would be in the action, adventure, or RPG categories.
Is it, well, 4, but is it a co-op game?
It is a co-op game.
Okay, so everybody gets to play as one of these 4 orphans. They play dress up and they punch people. Ooh, I don't know.
We can hold that one and cover the other ones and circle back to it and give you some more
4
time
orphans.
to think.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Okay.
have to, well, maybe the audience at home screaming, it's this, you idiot. All right. This legendary fast-paced game is all about circles.
Legendary fast-paced game is all about circle. Cookie clicker?
No.
Oh.
That's a funny one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm still thinking about the 4 orphans.
Legendary fast-paced is all about circles?
Yeah, this fast-paced game is all about circles.
I don't know why, but my mind goes like Geometry Dash.
No, not
All
that
about-
game either.
Yeah, no searching it either. Don't. No searching.
I'm not. I'm closing my Descendant tabs because I don't need them anymore.
Okay. Let's see.
Bring this up.
I think like Fortnite because
You're
like-
on the right track.
Oh, okay. So is it in the battle royale category?
Yeah.
Legendary fast-paced game. See, legendary. I think like Winner Chicken Dinner. What's that? H1Z1 or H1N1?
I think the chicken dinner was PUBG,
PUBG.
but no.
Okay, so it's not PUBG or H1N1
Mm-mm.
or H1Z1.
Z1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Legendary fast-paced game all about circles. So it's in the battle royale. See, battle royales, man.
Yeah.
Battle royales, not.
I'm surprised you haven't listed this one yet.
Have I played this one?
I don't know.
Oh.
But the fact you listed like all the others.
It wouldn't be Clash Royale.
No.
No.
I don't
Realm
think
Royale?
that's a battle royale. No.
No. Okay.
This is fun.
Warzone?
I feel less bad about the nope. I feel
I know that
I
people
feel-
are screaming at both
I
of
guess
us now.
technically like all of these count, but I worded this specifically the way I did because it's this game. And I know a lot of people that I suggest the podcast to also play this game.
Legendary fast-paced game
Yeah.
all about circles. See, the funniest thing in the world is that I think this might be the hardest thing. It's just like the Minecraft clue from the last
Minecraft
time.
one, yeah.
Where it's like people
Yep.
are screaming at home. They're like, we know what it
Yeah.
is.
Well, it's the same with I still haven't gotten the Four Orphans one. Punch people, play dress up and punch people. Is it Hogwarts? No,
No,
that'd be funny.
that was funny though. That was no. Dude, like it's a battle royale, but
Yeah, and like you've listed all the other ones except this one.
which is insane to me because I'm
Yeah,
like I don't play.
It's one of the more popular
Oh,
ones.
Apex Legends.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
this legendary fast pace because it's like I don't know. I feel like it's the most fast paced out of them all.
It can be.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you're next.
All right. Don't worry, we still got that one. Stranded on wood. You have to build in order to survive.
Raft.
Dadgum, yeah.
That was yeah.
Yeah, that is a gimme. I figured if the first one got you, then I'd give you a layup.
Okay. We're here to support your profit gaining ventures unless it requires any sort of effort or resources on our part.
Is that a venture capitalist?
No.
Oh,
That's a good one too. And you've definitely heard of, played this game. I don't necessarily. No, you've definitely played this game.
Satisfactory?
No, you got to build the factory, bro.
No, I know that, but it's like the profits without any cost to us. I'm like, this feels like one of those, and maybe it's just the wording you've chosen for this, but it feels like one of those like ironic.
I guess it doesn't like super necessarily describe the game, but like, well, also at the same no, it does. It does.
Give it to me again.
We're here to support your profit gaining ventures unless it requires any sort of effort or resources on our part.
It just feels like a Borderlands thing.
That's a good one too. No, I don't think I'm too vague on this one.
Borderlands.
Okay.
Deep Rock Galactic.
No. Oh, that's a good one too. Okay. That does qualify too, but this is again, I think you're on the right track of like a company just sending you out.
Yeah, there's a game I played it. I can't remember the name. You're stranded on a planet, strange planet.
No.
That's a fun co-op game too.
In this one, you definitely need to gain profit. Or else.
That's oh god, I know the game. I don't know the name of the game. I know what it is. Where you have like they don't care like if you have like people that die. I know the game. I don't know the game.
You're gonna be a great asset to the company.
Yeah.
Asset to the company. Great asset to the company.
Yeah, I know the game. I don't know the name of the game. And the
Yeah,
funny
you
thing is
do.
the people
No,
I
you-
recommend listening to the show have played the game, and they're gonna yell
Yeah.
at me at the fact that I know the game, haven't played
Yeah.
the game, but I could guess the name of the game.
Especially after I said that. Man, this one's lethal, huh?
Lethal Company, thank you. Golly.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Pick a character and survive. Get stronger to survive more. Oh God, what just killed me?
Risk of Rain 2?
Yeah, actually.
All right, let's go. I assumed it was a roguelike because of the until you die or something. What'd
Yeah.
you say?
Oh,
Try
pick a character and survive. Get stronger to survive more. Oh God, what just killed me?
What just killed me? That's what it was.
Okay.
Okay, I think this one is the most tricky. Passively aggressively slow down your opponents in this stressful race for home.
Is that backyard baseball?
No. That's a good guess. No. This game has like an insane amount of different names. I will accept any one of them. It's a classic. It is a classic game. Like it's a classic.
What console was this played on?
I don't know. I don't know how many consoles it's available on. It's probably available on PC. Well, it's definitely on PC in a way, I guess. It's not necessarily. I guess that's my hint. It's not necessarily.
Yeah, it's an emulated game.
Maybe.
Or it's a
It could be
pirated game.
It could be a different type of game. There's not just video games in the world, Rayu.
It's a board game? Throw a board game at me? Really? The game
We
of
talked
life?
about this?
The
We
game
talked
of life.
No.
Monopoly?
No.
All
Race
right,
for home.
Race for home.
Yeah. I'll give it to you again. Passive aggressively slow down your opponents
Oh my
in this
God.
stressful race for home.
Uno?
No.
Oh, come on. If you've ever played Uno,
That's the
you
race for
definitely have.
one, not home. Not home.
If you play with me, you're playing to go home. That's how long the games last. Oh man, the race for home. Trouble?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Passive aggressively slow down your opponent. Because like it was also known as sorry. Because you'd like kick it, sorry.
Yeah.
And you just so my grandparents are full German, and so the version we had was called Mensch ärgere dich nicht, which translated in English means man, don't get angry.
Oh my God.
Literally,
Wow.
it's just
Passive aggressive. That's a good one too. That's a good one.
all right, go ahead.
All right. Modernize the planet and destroy it at the same time.
Ooh. Modernize a planet and destroy it at the same time. I feel it. So this is probably like a civilization world builder of some sort.
Nope.
No, modernize a planet and destroy it at the same time. Starfield?
Nope. Good. You're heading
They
in the general
modernized
direction.
Oh,
It is space themed.
No Man's Sky?
Nope. It is space themed, but you're
Space themed.
Yep.
Spore?
No, we don't blow up Spore.
Modernize, blow up. So you blow up the planet.
Nope, you don't blow up the planet.
Oh. Modernize a planet and destroy it at the same time.
Now destroy is going to be in the not like physical blow it up, but you make it essentially uninhabitable.
Fallout?
Nope.
Make it uninhabitable. So you're modernizing it, but it's also...
Don't tell me I got 2 on you.
You did. Modernize a planet and destroy it. Oh, man, and there's the orphans one, too. I forgot about that one. Dang it. Modernize a planet and destroy it at the same time. So you're building stuff, but then you're destroying, like, the forest and stuff like that.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
Deforestation.
Yep. Deforestation, water
The
pollution.
forest?
Nope,
Water
not-
pollution.
Yep, there's water
Sims?
pollution. Nope, not in Sims.
Sim City? I don't know. What genre is it?
This would be in the adventure, indie, simulation, strategy.
And I've definitely played it. Or maybe heard
Heard
about
of it. You more than likely have heard of this game. And for the record,
Modernized.
this game is still classified as in early access on Steam.
Valheim?
Nope.
Dang, you got 2.
This game was released June 8th, 2020.
That doesn't help.
Oh, well.
Modernize a planet and destroy it at the same time. Still in early access?
Mm-hmm.
Technically speaking?
For 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yep. It released June 8th, 2020. It is still in early access.
Man, you got 2 on me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll hold on to them.
Yeah,
we'll circle back.
we'll have to hold on. All right. Lifelong enemies put their differences aside in the name of sport.
In the name of sport?
Yeah. This is another one of those that technically has like multiple answers.
Is this another board game?
And I'll accept any one of them.
So it is a video game.
Yeah.
Is it a classic?
Mm-hmm.
Video game have multiple names. Lifelong enemies put their differences
aside in the name of sport.
See, the sport is where I'm like, is it like literal sport? Or are they like teaming up to fight something?
In this instance, well, I won't say anything yet because I give out way too many hints, and then you get it, and I hardly get any good hints.
I practically
I have to ask like,
read
what genre is it? What about this? What about that?
I gave you an apt description of the second one. The first one I kept purposefully
All right.
hidden.
Okay, well, This is an apt description of this too.
Okay. Lifelong rival. Lifelong.
Enemies.
Or
Right.
lifelong.
Well, I guess rival.
Enemies.
Let's see here. Still trying to think of yours.
This is the lifelong enemies. Well, can I ask what genre it is?
Family and sports.
You're joking.
But it's true.
I'm thinking like Wii Sports.
You're on the right track, I guess, technically.
We thinking like Xbox Connect, like a move game out here?
No.
Like, what?
No.
Wii Sports Resort?
No. You got the name of sport part down. Good job.
Well, I'm glad because you gave me that apparently.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out yours.
Dude, sport?
Is the Four Orphans one, is that Borderlands?
Nope.
Ah. Dang it.
He thought he had it. Oh, another hint for you on the Modernize a Planet one.
Yeah.
Is September 10th, the game will no longer be in early access. It is launching September 10th as a complete product. So shout out to that game whenever Atrax gets it.
Yeah, whenever I get it. Whenever it gets revealed. Probably at the end of the episode when I give up.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out this lifelong enemies, put aside the differences in the name of sport. And sports in the name. Could be in the name. You said this had multiple names.
Yeah, multiple games.
Multiple games?
You could guess any one of them.
Oh, what in the name of...
Dude, the fact you haven't guessed any one of these...
I mean, it's like Madden franchise.
No.
See, 'cause
lifelong enemies. Come on, man. Ever since their inception, they've been enemies. And now they've gathered here together in the name of sport.
People are screaming at us. I hope you realize this.
What's funny is I'm going to cut all the silences out. So they're just going to hear us talking back and forth. All right. We need to... Tell you what, for one of yours, get more specific until I get it. Then we'll move on to our last two, and then we'll start giving more hints. Because we're clearly not getting them.
We're really not. These are so bad. All right. So
they're
for mine,
so good, they're so bad.
I'll give you my second one. My second one I'll get closer on.
Okay.
All right. This is the Planet one, by the way. It's definitely a satisfying game to play.
Satisfactory. Dang it. So you guessed one of your own games. It's such a great strategy. No shit. Oh, man. So fun fact about Satisfactory, I bought it, played it for like half an hour, decided it wasn't it, and refunded.
That's funny.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Okay. So... Wait, so we each have one more that we haven't got, and we have one more to give, right?
I have one more to... Yes. Right now, we each have one.
Okay. All right, that's funny. And I still have to get 4 orphans, play dress up, and punch people.
Okay. So you're going to make yours a little bit easier for me to get here?
Yes, I will make mine just a tad bit easier. Pick a sport, and the same thing applies. So like I said, there's multiple games, but you could say lifelong enemies put their differences aside in the name of golf, in the name of the Olympics, in the name of go-karting.
Mario and Sonic Winter Olympics.
Yeah. Mario sports. So originally it was supposed to be about Mario Kart, but then I realized that it also applies to Mario Golf and Mario Tennis and Mario at the Olympics and all of those. But lifelong enemies put their differences aside in the name of sport because you got freaking Bowser, Mario,
All right.
Waluigi out there.
Yeah. That was so good, it was bad.
It was so good, it was bad.
Oh,
All right.
mercy.
4 orphans.
Oh, hang on.
Played
Don't you have
dress
one
up.
more to give me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, so you don't have any more?
I have one more.
Okay, all right. So this is the Steam description. Probably make it easy for you. A multiplayer game that is in early development.
Deadlock.
Yep.
Yeah! Oh my god. What a
funny.
description, Valve. What a description, guys.
Trying to keep it secret. All right, what's your last one?
You're a student in a boarding school, but you have to fight to live each day. Don't skip class.
Persona.
Nope.
No, student in a boarding school, but you have to fight and don't skip class. Wow, that's a good one. And I've definitely played it. Haven't played it.
Might have played it. Because it's available on lots of different platforms.
Don't skip class. Say the first part again about fighting.
You're a student in a boarding school, but you have to fight to live each day. Don't skip class. See, for those listening, and if you know
Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah, that is Hogwarts Legacy.
All right. I had to. Yeah. Okay. The boarding school, and then
Which
I saw your face, and I thought about it. I was like, the theme of this episode because of the satisfactory thing, and I said Hogwarts Legacy earlier for the orphan one.
Yep.
So, oh, that's funny. That's a good one. Wow.
Thank you. For those listening, if you've guessed these answers and it's taken us so long to get them, we're sorry. We're slow.
Yeah, and on top of that, the version you're listening to, I have definitely edited down a lot of the silences where we were sitting there thinking. So if you think it took a long time, in reality, it took us a lot longer.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed this episode of...
Wait,
what?
you didn't get the orphans.
Oh, I didn't.
You're gonna
Wait.
leave them orphaned,
No,
aren't
I'm not.
you? That's terrible. You were ready to roll credits. Oh my god.
Now I see why they're punching people. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. Wow. I guess be more specific.
Okay.
I completely forgot. Now you see how focused I was.
Oh.
4 orphans, and it's a co-op game.
It's a co-op game.
And
It takes place in a dark city.
takes place.
And according to Steam, you have not played this game.
I
But
haven't.
but you probably definitely heard it.
Gotham Knights.
Yep.
Hey. Okay. All right.
It took you the entire
Okay.
segment to find it.
I couldn't. Well, it was the orphans thing. Play dress up because they're heroes, and they. Yeah. Okay, I got it now. That took me a second. That's funny. Okay, well now, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Variety Gaming Podcast as we went over our game of the season and talked about the First Descendant, some of the updates, as well as updating all of you on our progress. Have you played the First Descendant? Have you followed us through the game of the season? Let us know in the comments for the show. We would love to hear from you. And we would also love to hear what you thought about What's That Game? Did we take way too long? Well, no. We know we took way too long. But did you get them right? Do you have any stumpers that you would like to pose to us? Rate us. Tweet at us on X at Variety Games Pod. Have a great week.